Last part. Good sharp scissors. It's time for the fun part, which is kind of the blowtorch. And you know, with the plastic melting and removing a lot of the material, I then can probably and shrinking and stuff like that onto the material, which is always good. I think, since I'm not 100% sure like what plastic is loose, this torch, this is going to basically add most of the material that I need. You know, shrank, I guess, and then I'm going to try to finish up a few things. But yeah, it's upside down and whatever's got a lot of the other impressions and stuff, so really work on this part as fast as I can before the torch wants to malfunction and stuff. But that's going to seal up a lot of the mold, and then I could handle and reuse it for molding. I'm going to remold these using like a barrier height, like this one. And so I cut it in half, and now I'm just going to cut a half piece for the side and then just position those underneath. But the first one I could actually do is the middle piece, and it's just going to help shield all. So I'm going to put a piece right here. So each piece could actually just need a really good plate, I think, to really grab and hold the plastic flat, and kind of using kind of the outer edge, a roll, I would say, will be efficient plastic to actually be effective. It should actually roll and pretty much cover half, and then so it's still not. So that's enough right there. So I'm trying to center it so that. So I'm going to add some sidewalls. Especially with this mold, I really want to get this done, and then, or to the next stage. It's not going to be, and then so I'm going to use the other press towards the outside. Get this lined up right by holding this plastic, and then kind of so this plastic is actually a pretty good barrier. It's pretty precise with the rest of the mold, and then being practical and patient on where I'm putting this glue with this small spreader is really good. It gets a little bit of the contours that I need. So pretty much right here, and on this side I spread the inside, kind of adding more material where I need it, just to have the places all filled in, just in case a barrier piece or something like that. I don't really need it, but I'm gonna have to turn it to see what's going on. Doesn't really need it, but I'm gonna use it anyways, just to help smoothen out anything. Just go back and forth. It's sitting up here on top of my fridge, which I cleaned up with soap. And does it fit? No, it doesn't fit. So so up to here, and then I also added one row of the silicone, so it's dried up. It doesn't move around as if it were fresh. And yeah, I just need to get this last small piece, which didn't fully dry, but you kind of see there's extra material that I added so that I could actually make a better barrier, sidewall things. like that on, and then after you. So what I'm gonna. So yeah, that's all I have to do is actually just apply this extra glue where it kind of needs it. I could turn the dish around to get to certain spots and stuff. Um, and things like that. After this dries, I'm going to turn it to the other side and do the same thing as I mentioned. It's just adding more material, and I'll be right back. So I put mainly just the outer edge or the outer side, and then after the outer side, I could do the inner sides and things. But put the silicone back. And now I just have the popsicle stick, and let's try to smoothen out. I'll kind of see the glob that I just applied, and I'm just trying to smoothen out, or just yeah, adding a little bit more to give it support, I think. So I kind of did the same thing with my other project. So I kind of did the same thing eventually. Well, for something else, I did the outside. I'm going to also touch up on the inside a little bit. It'll be nice if, you know, needs to be adjusted and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about too much stuff like where the plastic is. It's going to, so things aren't going to be too off. It's going to feel in the right position and things, but I'll be right back. So I did this and then started working on this, so you kind of see just how I'm and things like that, but just trying to do is trying. So kind of put it right here on top of this air condition or this air fan or conditioner purifier. And on top of my fridge, I've got this stuff, these spacers, and you know, so I basically did you know, did once or twice. Just get a small thin layer with the Q-tip, and then I'm probably going, but it just doesn't. It touches up small spots, I think. So, but it just doesn't. Which isn't bad, or maybe it does. Just making sure things are pretty much more solid. Being enough so that I can work on it a little bit more so that this side will be all finished up, and then I could kind of go to the other side. So I'm gonna also add more like silicone basically, and then wrap it in plastic so that stuff. So that's a little of an improvement. So I already got two finished up. And then now this one, and I pretty much have just a decent amount. Yeah, just smoothing it out. So I'm also pretty much might need a little bit on this. A little more extra silicone would be good. Just smoothing out any of, you know, different, or even use my fingertip, I guess, to really fill in stuff. I would say molded trays. It started off with pieces of plastic, and then a few and some few supplies, and then like the silicone, and then saran wrap. And now, so I did this is basically the bottom. It makes an impression of where the bite line, or even the bottom teeth, the the crowns of the bottom teeth are going to be. I'm going to fill this in with a light coat of like silicone, basically, and then wrap it, and basically I should have, it's kind of rough, and wrap it with saran wrap, and then I should be able to make, I mean, this is a big chunk of whatever a molding tray, I would call it. So I might have to grind down as much as I can initially, just to make it more dynamic. Definitely needs to be shaved a lot of spots and curvatures and things to make it a lot more I guess convenient or pleasurable. Just filling it in a little bit more. So and even like what I added just right now, like all this other new, it could actually, I don't really have to smoothen it. It's gonna add. I just put the silicone where I show you guys a little bit of that, but I want to try to keep that into a whole other video so that, so I don't confuse a lot of stuff. But other stuff for this dental, for any dental molding, keep making trays, keep making graph paper, or keep making molds, um, for casting and things, figure out, a lot of the materials like wax, silicone seems to work pretty good. Saran wrap. So I'm gonna keep that one as is. And you know, th- you, this is pretty much the upper layer. So this one actually, I gave it a good even coat, basically. So I don't know if the glare and stuff, but I was able to, to basically smoothen out just the whole side, the all the way, the whole width. So I basically smoothened up all the gaps. You kind of see on this other mold, there's like, it's not, just because I wanted to get most of the barrier and things. And also like at this corner, it actually moves, but compared to fresh silicone and this stuff drying up, it doesn't flex too much. So there are a lot of gaps that I'm filling in basically with silicone and a popsicle stick, and it kind of makes things a lot better. So, all right, so everything is getting smoothed out, so there aren't too many gashes, and it's starting to really look pretty nice. Um, uh, make these molds a little bit more dynamic, and I did the bottom already, and I add material, and then wrap it in plastic and make an impression of my dental mold. But yeah, I think I'm going to pretty much add some more material first. I I was thinking maybe I could, on the inside and outside, it's I was thinking maybe I could like saw this, but I think I'm going to have to sand it down using like, but it's really fragile stuff, especially in the middle section. This section right here is thin. It's thinner, so